Hello and welcome to Storytelling with Ngozi. I am your host, Ngozi Edema. A few episodes ago, I mentioned to you that I love wild cats. Tigers are my favorites. Today, we are looking at another wild cat, this time a lion. They are often referred to as the king of the jungles in movies and children's books. But do they live in the jungle? Find out at the end of today's story. Now, let's go over to the story. Tyson the Lion who ignored his mother's advice. Once upon a time, Kimber, the lioness, gave birth to a beautiful baby, a son whom she called Tyson. Tyson was loved by his mother, who cared for the young cub and gave him the best advice. As Tyson got older, he started making friends with other animals. He had Ney the baboon, Ziegler the buffalo, and many others. He also sometimes hung out with Lulu, the man of the jungle. Now, many of the animals were careful with Lulu, as they felt man cannot be trusted. But Tyson, the lion, who is very confident, said to himself, "What could a man possibly do to me?" One day, Lulu, the man of the jungle, got into an argument with Tyson, the lion. They both got angry with each other and went home feeling upset. Tyson told his mother Kimber what happened. Kimber advised her son, "Be careful of the man of the jungle. Avoid him or you will get in trouble," she cautioned her son. "Why should I fear him?" asked Tyson. "I am much stronger than he is and can beat him in a fight." "Oh, yes, you can," replied Kimber. "But he carries a weapon with him and has loads of huge white dogs who will attack you, and you are no match for them. Besides," his mother added, "you may be stronger, but he's way smarter and will defeat you somehow." Little Tyson did not follow his mother's advice. The next morning, he decided to take on the man of the jungle. He hid himself behind trees, stalking the man. Lulu, the man of the jungle, was going about his usual business of getting food and water for himself and his dogs. Lulu got the dogs to eat and drink first, and then Lulu sat down to eat his own food and have his own drink. When he was done, he lay down to sleep on the grass for a bit. While he was lying down, the lion came out of hiding and tried attacking Lulu, but the dogs sprang up and fought the lion to defend Lulu. Tyson was thrown to the ground by the dogs, and he fainted. Lulu stopped the dogs from hurting the young lion and helped him back on his feet. Tyson, the young lion, was grateful to be spared and was ashamed of himself for not following his mother's advice. "Moms are always right," he said to himself. Never again did he dare the man of the jungle. Moms and dad are more experienced than we are because they have lived much longer. So it is always a smart thing to follow their advice. Today's story is an adaptation of a South African folklore. Since we are talking about lions, the lion is our main character for today's story. Let's take a look at this wild cat. The lion is the second largest cat in the world after the tiger. Lions live in a community of lions known as pride. Each pride has both male and female as well as baby lions. The female lions are responsible for taking care of the entire pride. They hunt for food and nurse the cubs. The male lions protect the pride from rival prides as well as predators. Lions are carnivores. That means they hunt other animals for food. Although in many children's books and movies, lions are said to be king of the jungle. However, this cat does not live in the jungle. It lives in open grasslands on the plains of Africa where they hunt for food. The average male lion weighs about 500 pounds, which is about the weight of about 10 to 12 6-year-olds with an average weight of 50 to 60 pounds in weight. Lions are under threats of extinction. That means that if we do not care for them, we won't have any more lions left. That will be terrible. We need to protect them as well as other animals that are cruelly hunted by man. We have now come to the end of this week's episode of Storytelling with Ngozi. If you have enjoyed this episode, please remember to click the subscribe button. And if you are listening to this episode on your podcast, head over to iTunes to rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast. And remember to join us next Monday for another episode of Storytelling with Ngozi.